Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to the Chelsea J Experience, where I give you uncensored and unfiltered advice on all things career and business. Because remember, I made all the mistakes so you don't have to. And today we are talking about one of my favorite topics, and it's actually one of the highly rated articles on my blog, and that is 3 months too soon to quit? But I'm just going to wrap this up and call it How Soon is Too Soon to Quit a Job. And I'm going to warn you, this is going to be a pretty quick video because I'm so no nonsense when it comes to staying in jobs you don't like. It's just not worth it. So let me go ahead and answer the question and put it out there for you. Is 3 months too soon to quit a new job? Let's actually plug in some factors first before I throw out the answer. Number one, let's take a minute to look at your history, okay? Have you been in roles recently where you've been there for 3 to 6 months and you quit? 3 months here, 6 months there, maybe a year over here, 3 months over here. If you have a job history like that, you're a person after my own heart because I get it. I did the same. But there are also some things that need to be addressed because what's going on with these jobs? Are you accepting low pay so when you get there, you're not satisfied with the salary? Are you going through these interviews without really researching the company and doing those informational interviews so you get there and realize that the company isn't what you thought it was? Or do you keep running into toxic work environments? Which, if you are, you're probably missing out on some red flags along the process of the interviewing process. You're probably overlooking some things to get somewhere else. And what mindset are you in whenever you're applying to these different roles? Are you in a state of desperation where you're like, I have to hurry up and get another job? So you just get these little jobs that you know won't be a good fit, but it allows you to move so you get there. That can be a huge reason for continuous job hopping. So let's look at the history and the patterns first. Now, is 3 months too soon to leave a job? No. Most states nowadays are at will. And honestly, companies can let you go at a moment's notice. So they don't need to give you a notice, and it doesn't matter how long you've been there. It is never too soon or too late to quit a role. In fact, I always tell people that it's better to leave sooner than later. If you leave sooner, that means the company hasn't invested too much time and money and resources into you. And the sooner that you realize this isn't a good fit, the sooner they can go ahead and start recruiting to get someone in the role that it might be a better fit for. Because what's the alternative? You decide to stay there, you hate it, you don't do the best job in the world, which isn't benefiting anyone. It doesn't benefit you, it doesn't benefit the company. It's just a bad rap all the way around. So no, 3 months isn't too soon. I've actually left a job in 60 days because I realized it wasn't a good fit. But the key is understanding your reason for quitting. Do you have a toxic boss and you uncovered that right away? Did you get hired into a role where you realize, hey, this isn't what we talked about in the interview, the job description is completely different? Okay, then go. Did another opportunity come your way that was actually a better fit? Okay, go. You have one life to live, and you need to spend it doing things that bring you joy, that inspire you, that encourage and motivate you. And if that new job isn't doing it, and you know it doesn't look good for the future, tell them bye. That is okay. But what I don't want you to do is make a consistent habit out of being somewhere for 3, 6, 9 months and then leaving. I would prefer that you find an ideal role that you are going to love at a company that you love even more so that you can actually stay and build your career, get that experience, get that professional development that you need, get that salary boost, whatever it is. I just want you to be happy in the role that you're in long term. And nowadays, it's 2022 now, and many employers don't expect you to stick around for 20 or 30 years like back in the day when they actually had pensions. Companies understand that you are going to leave, but my goal is for you to be able to be at a company and grow for anywhere from like 3 to 5 or 5 to 10 years. I don't want you to have to be in a constant flux of movement. So the answer is it's never too soon to leave a role, but make sure that you're doing your research and uncovering the patterns that lead you to get into these roles short term. And sometimes it can be a fluke. You can be a person who stays at roles for years, and then you happen to start a new role that just really isn't a good fit. It's okay to leave. The next question that you're probably wondering, and I'm giving you this bonus so that you know, is do I need to put short stints on my resume? Again, it depends on your history, but if you were at your last company for 2 or even 3 years, you started a new company and you left after 3 months, that does not need to go on your resume because it really doesn't matter. I mean, you can disclose it if the question comes up in an interview, but it doesn't need to be there, especially if you didn't get much value from it. It's just going to raise more questions, and you always need to be prepared for those. But never stay in a job that you hate for too long, because trust me, it starts to wear on you. So if you get in a role, hate it in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, whatever it is, go ahead, leave, start over, be more intentional the next time, and I'm sure things will work out for you 10 times better. I'm curious. I told you I left a role in 60 days, and maybe we'll do a story time if you all are ever interested in how my career came to be. I wouldn't mind sharing. But I want to hear about your experience. Let me know what's the shortest amount of time that you stayed in a role, or what's the longest amount of time you stayed in a role that you knew wasn't a good fit, and tell me your reason for it. I really want to talk to you and hear more about it. And if you have any other questions for me, make sure to leave them in the comments. Again, we're building a real deal community here, so do not forget to press that subscribe button so you can be notified anytime I drop a new video. All right, thanks so much for tuning in, and until next time.